Hey there, clarinetophiles. Happy New Year to everyone. I feel like this is 2021 is escape from 2020. I wonder if we're going from the frying pan into the fire. But that's another subject. What we're going to talk about in this video is what I think will be the last installment on speaking about French embouchure and learning and playing French embouchure. We've talked about almost everything except the embouchure itself. And, like you've learned a lot of things maybe from these videos. I hope you have. And we talked about the importance of reed finishing and having well-balanced reeds. That should be no revelation to anyone who's paying attention. But the question with French embouchure is that since we haven't talked about the embouchure, really talked about it the way that it should be played, the question is if my philosophy is correct, and that is that you conform your equipment to efficient mechanics. You don't bastardize your mechanics by forcing bad equipment into playing. If that's right, the question is that when you're finishing the reed, what are you finishing it to? What's going on here really? And I have to say that when we talk about embouchure, as I mentioned before, that when we're talking about embouchure, we're talking about reed control. And French embouchure, well, what is it about? Is it about just a better sound? Well, it is about a better sound, but it's not just about a better sound. What French embouchure is all about is phrasing, is there is a certain legato, there is a certain connectivity that is natural to French embouchure when it's played correctly, that I really have not heard single lip players approximate it. I certainly never heard them. It's seldom matched, we'll put it that way. Maybe some exceptional players do. But sometimes they do extreme things in order to achieve that. With French embouchure, phrasing, legato, that silky, nuanced control of the sound is natural to it when you do it right. So this final part of the video is about how to do it right. And I'll preface that by saying that I would bet that probably 90 to 95% of clarinet players, maybe it's an exaggeration, but I'm just going to throw that number out just to shock you, play with too much reed in their mouth. And in French embouchure playing, you are really simulating the way oboists control the oboe reed. You're playing with both lips. You want the maximum of leverage with the minimum amount of any kind of effort here with the embouchure. And it's the best results that I've ever gotten playing that way, and I've tested almost every way that you can play French embouchure or single lip for that fact. And the best overall phrasing, the best overall musical sound, control and nuance and stuff really come from playing the way I'm going to describe now. So what you're doing with your reeds is you're fitting your reeds so that you can play the way I'm talking about. So you don't bastardize or compromise your playing mechanics, but the reed enables you to play with extreme efficiency. Before I go on and say anything else about that, I want to refer back to the photograph of Harold Wright. We use this photograph in the analysis of his embouchure, and you could see it was a very classic embouchure with the chin flat and all that stuff, corners back and down. But the thing that's really remarkable, if you notice really closely, is the guy doesn't have very much mouthpiece in his mouth. He has a very small amount of reed past the inside of his lower lip. And I'm trying to figure out exactly how I was going to explain that to you and get you to get a sense of it. Because when you start to play that way, it's so counterintuitive, you feel like that you're dropping off the end of the mouthpiece. And you're going to find if you've got a badly balanced reed, or if you got a reed that's balanced so you play some other way, you may not be able to play that reed there. That's why you must finish your reeds to conform to your optimum mechanics, to make them efficient and easy, to make that efficient and easy to accomplish. Okay, I don't want to get lost in the weeds with that, but I was thinking, like, how can I make you understand or help you to understand really the best and most efficient approach to all this? And so I decided that I would do something that I really wasn't really crazy about doing. I went to my daughter and asked her, do you have that stage makeup? Because she did a lot of musicals and stuff when she was younger. And she did. And she said, why? I said, well, I want some of the dark lipstick. And so I made a big sacrifice for you guys. I put a lot of lipstick on my lower lip and then played the clarinet the way I'm talking about, so you can see how little of the reed mouthpiece wedge, that tip region in the tip of the mouthpiece, tip of the reed, how little is really past my lower lip. Now I'm going to play some recordings with exactly this amount of mouthpiece in my mouth. Of course, there's flexibility with French embouchure, so you're not set like concrete in one place. But basically, this is the starting point for everything. And any nuances and differences are very slight and they're very subtle. You have to, in order to understand them and understand how they work, you have to experiment with it yourself, because this, again, as I've said over and over, like riding a bicycle, it's something you finally have to sense out for yourself by actually doing it. And that way, you learn how to ride the bicycle without falling over and looking like an idiot. So anyway, I'm going to play some phrases. Now, this is not what you call a world-class reed. And I'm just basically playing through the phrases. And so I'm playing them from memory. So I probably, there's things that I missed or left out and all that. But the things that I want you to understand, or the things I want you to hear, is that I can play all over the clarinet, all throughout the registers. My articulation is clean, is good. My legato, my control of the high register and all that. And I do that with a very small amount of well-balanced reed past my lower lip. Okay. So I guess I've said all I'm going to say. I would ask you, when you're developing French embouchure, to do the things that we did talk about: resting the clarinet, making sure that the thumb keeps good firmness here on the lips. But if you're trying to replicate double lip, what you've done with single lip, taking a lot of reed in your mouth, you're not going to get the results that you should get. You're not going to get the efficiency and the legato and the beauty of sound and the dynamic control and all those things that are the rich heritage of great French embouchure playing. So I want you're going to have to find this out for yourself. I want you to experiment with balancing your reeds so that tip is really beautifully balanced. You only have a small amount of reed pass, and you'll have to find that kind of sweet spot. But I'll guarantee you, it's not by taking a bunch of reed past your lower lip and opening up, because you're always bringing the horn to the face, never the face to the horn. And it's just a small amount. When your reed is balanced and you can do that, it's really terrific and really fun to play. And you'll find that passages come out with a great deal more agility. It's very responsive, and you can play legato in and out of the registers and over the middle and high break. And you'll be shocked at how clear and ringing the long pipe notes in the clarion are, the D, C, B, and those pitches, as well as good throat tones. So having said that, again, this is not, I didn't sit here and do, 15 tries. I just like went through the phrases pretty much once. And so that's what you hear. It's pretty much a one shot. And so I'm going to put those on right now. And there's not much else to say. And if you find anything good in those things, then you might want to work at trying to emulate these things, because it's really the elegant and easiest way to play French embouchure, and it's not going. What's that stuff that they use for muscle aches? They say it won't, and you won't stink. Yes, so yeah, and you won't mess your lips up if you play this way. If you take a lot of reed in your mouth, you're going to end up in a world of hurt. And if you're playing unbalanced reed, you're definitely going to end up in a world of hurt and give up. Don't do that. Take a look at this reed, and that's about all you need to play all over the horn. And so I'm going to demonstrate that. Enough. I'm going to shut up. Again, Happy New Year to everyone. And good clarinet playing, okay? We can find some good consolation in getting better on the clarinet, and I hope this helps you do it. That's my story. I'm sticking to it.